cute, sexy, and fun. You're watching CSF Nation's own WMK TV, Channel 90.
Welcome to Makini Jaws presents Peak Gaming. Makini Jaws presents Peak Gaming. Press start whenever you're ready. Makini Jaws presents Peak Gaming. Press start whenever you're ready.
Targeting the drone first. They're getting smarter. You're definitely not ordinary.
Makini Jaws presents Peak Gaming. Press start whenever you're ready.
Okay, are we testing? Okay, are we good? Where is... I am not seeing anything. Okay, where is my docs, stats, stage out? Where is my scene? Okay, I don't see my scenes. I'm not seeing my audio. So where is... So check, guys, check. I want to check, make sure we have everything here, but I am not seeing my audio. What is going on? Let me do a quick background setup, so make sure we have the video and everything ready. Where is it? Where's my playlist? There we go. Where's Peak Gaming OST? Where's the Peak Gaming OST? Perfect. Okay, so I am having some issues here because I cannot see my audio transition disappeared on me, so I can't find it. I'm trying to Trying to find where that audio, where my audio stuff is. So I think it's very important. Okay, all clear audio-wise. It's okay. It's all clear, but I need to. No, but it's just I'm on OBS, and there's a thing where you can see I have the window for adjusting the volume and everything, and I cannot find it. So, okay, there we go. Okay, I found it. All right, there we go. All right, looks like we are good to go. My apologies, guys, for kind of taking too long on that one. My bad. The audio mixer. I just need to look for my audio mixer. That's it. Okay, there we go. Let's get some issues with here. Okay, sorry we're running late on this one. My apologies. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. And game on. My name is Makini90R's German Illustrator. Welcome you to the Peak Gaming News Roundup here on Makini90R's presents Peak Game. Hope you guys are doing well. We have some more smaller stories. We got some more smaller stories to cover versus some bigger stories. And the reason why is I wanted to omit Ghost of Yote because I was looking into some more news about Yote early this morning, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna be blatantly honest with you guys. I think in terms of just kind of like story posts and shit like that, I think we're grasping at straws. I mean, in terms of like sales posts and everything, I think we're grasping at straws when it comes to Yote. So I decided we're just gonna omit that out completely. So the only thing I could put in is that the developer got what they deserved. The developer who made that post about Charlie Kirk, they got what they deserve. They're not taking any accountability for it. Whatever. That's what it is. It's just whatever. Now, we do have some smaller topics in regards to Expedition 33 getting snubbed, Marathon returning, and Xbox seemed to kind of like dip in and out of the whole console race. They're getting a lot of flack for it. Plus, I have some more smaller news updates with Duet Night Abyss, Silent Hill F. So this is going to be a much more smaller roundup. I'm putting a poll together, asking you guys, what do you guys want to see in the background? What do you guys like to see in the background? And we'll just go from there. So anyway, guys, we got about a couple people watching. I know more people will start trickling in and out of the thing, and I probably should have done a Makini in the morning because everybody's talking about the whole Hassan Piker situation with him putting an electric collar on his dog, which I don't know if which I think it's in most countries that's actually illegal. Actually illegal, so we'll see. We shall see. But I might save all that, and as well as the Twitch being up front, Twitch and a couple of Twitch, Reddit, and Steam having to show up in Congress, which is going to happen today. I might save all that for Friday. Speaking of which, I want to make an apology. I did do a pin of shame post because I thought one comment I was confused by, and I thought it had correlation to the amount of dislikes I got on the Monday video, because it was weird how I got like 5 dislikes out of nowhere, and I'm wondering if it was just me bringing up Asmongold, and I was like, I don't know. So anyway, I apologize. If you're watching, I apologize again. I'm gonna try to vet my comments. It's just the comment was weirded. I was confused. Okay, I was very confused, so make sure it won't happen again. I apologize. So, anyway, guys. So, today is just going to be smaller stories. Just going to be smaller stories this morning, as we just going to kind of get you off on get your Wednesday off on the right foot. So, if you guys can do me a favor, and you guys know what I'm about to say, and all your support is greatly appreciated.
Thank you for venturing into our world. If you would like to see more, please press the like button and press the subscribe button. We appreciate all of your support. Thank you, and let's journey into the world of Peak Gaming.
Smack that like button, make it jiggle. Smack that subscribe button, make it jiggle. Thank you guys so much. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Let's go quick say hi to everybody in the chat as I'm getting everything booted up. I did put a poll what you guys would like to, what you guys would like to see during, as like just some background as we go over all the topics today. And I'll let you guys decide, but let's go ahead and say hi to everybody real quick. Power, good morning to you. Buster, good morning to you. Sid, all clear. We're talking at OBS. And Seth, good morning to you. I know more people start tripping on this. As things will get underway. Now, like I said, the whole thing with Ghost of Yotei, I've said my piece. I said my piece on it. I think game-wise, I think it's going to do fine. At least I think the game's going to do totally fine. The physical sales, you have to understand at a time now where physical sales are constantly dwindling. Ryuga, good morning. You have to understand at a time where physical sales are constantly dwindling. So, especially now everybody more pivoting to more digital sales. So I just feel like, yeah, we're just kind of gasping at straws, and especially with the whole thing with the fishing, I guess cooking the fish minigame that was given viral, right? Talking about it, I was like, whatever. It's a minigame. It's whatever. So I just feel like we're kind of grasping at straws here with Yotei. I think the game is fine. I think the game is fine. I think sales-wise, it's going to do fine. It's just, for me personally, like I said, I'm not a fan of Erika Ishii's activism and the whole game developer, that one game developer, Drew, celebrating Charlie Kirk's assassination, did turn me off on that. And unless you guys really, really want me to play it, you would have to donate. Honestly, obviously you have to super chat. That would be the only way you would get me to actually play it, and it would likely just be on PC anyway. So, mod support and all that stuff. So anyway, Emerald, good morning to you guys. I put up a poll, so I'm asking you guys just what do you guys want as just background footage as we go through, the rest of it's going to be smaller news topics this morning, guys. All right, let's go get right to it. Bandito, good morning to you. Emerald, good morning to you. So the first thing we're going to bring up, the first thing that we are going to bring up is Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Now, let's go ahead and go into the main topic here. Now, Expedition 33 has been the darling of the video, has been definitely the darling of the video game industry. Of course, we've been covering Expedition 33 back when it was released, a breakout hit made by former Ubisoft developers, basically them wanting to make their own JRPG, and it became an absolute hit. The game is beloved by everyone. People seem to feel a lot. People love the story. The story is excellent. The characters are excellent. Everything, the gameplay, just going back to that JRPG format is excellent. And let's be honest here, because now we're in award season. You know that Expedition 33 will be in the running for Expedition 33 will be in the running for, Game of the Year. And I think in a lot of awards, Expedition 33 will be in the running for Game of the Year. And even bet that it will be a Game of the Year nominee at the Game Awards, which we will be streaming this December, so later this year. So very looking forward to that. But however, it is in a little bit of a hoopla because, let's go into the main topic here. This is from Greg Michaels over on Twitter. Check them out. Let me get this straight. Clear Obscure Expedition 33 made success like no other game in 2025, but the Golden Joystick Awards will not put it in the Game of the Year or Indie Game of the Year nominees. Mario Kart World, but not Expedition 33. As you can see, the Golden Joystick Awards, where they're about to come up soon, yes, Expedition 33 is not in the running for Console Game of the Year or even Indie Game of the Year, and that did cause a little bit of a hoopla, because you can see Donkey Kong Bonanza Blitz, that's debatable. Monster Hunter Wilds, well, that fell off real hard. Ghost of Yote, it's... it is what it is. It is what it is. Like, for most of the stuff here, I think it's like... It's I just think that it is kind of weird. Honestly, I think it's just kind of weird, though. But I think it's definitely totally worth it, though. But it is getting nominations for Best Storytelling, Visual Design, Soundtrack, Lead Performer, and Supporting Performer, just not up for PC or Console Game of the Year. And I just found it very interesting because considering how much people love Expedition 33, it definitely should be, right there with Silksong as, Indie Game of the Year and even Game of the Year nominees. I think it's just kind of a little weirded out. It's just a little weird out, though. And there was definitely a lot of a lot of just people found this very weird, because I think it more than well deserved that coveted Game of the Year nominee, especially now that we're in award season and such like that. Now you know us. We don't put a lot of stock in Game of the Year and Game Award nominees anyway. We just kind of just look at it and laugh in a way. We kind of just look at it and kind of make fun of it, just because honestly, we all have our own personal Game of the Year nominees here. We all have our personal Game of the Year. Like I said, we all have our personal Game of the Year nominees here. So everybody has their own kind of like what their Game of the Year was as well. So nobody takes much stock in Golden Joystick or the Game Awards or any other, like IGN when everybody's doing their end of the year nominees and such like that. People don't really put much stock into it. Like I said, when we go through the Game Awards in December, we basically watch for the trailers. One, we watch for the trailers, and two, we just kind of watch for the hilarity, because Jeff Keighley really turns it into an awards spectacle, like a complete awards spectacle. And so when it comes to Game of the Year nominees, not many people really talk about it. We just kind of watch it. We watch it just for the hilarity and just for whatever comes out, whatever they're going to tease next year. So it's E3 light, really. That's how we kind of look at the Game Awards. It's basically just E3 with E3 dressed up as some kind of Oscar award, some glorified Oscar award show, basically. That's how the Game Awards is to me. So that's the part we find entertaining. So most people do just want to watch the trailers and such like that. So I just find it interesting that Expedition 33 did not get this nomination, even though it did get multiple nominations for other categories, but not for the big Game of the Year category. Because, well, let's be honest here, it definitely looks like it would be Game of the Year material, especially with how much of an impact and how much fanfare it garnered throughout this year alone. people love this game. People absolutely freaking love this game. And even I said myself, was like, at some point, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it at some point. So maybe I'll look if it's on sale. If Expedition 33 is on sale, I will definitely add it to I'll definitely buy it out. So, but I still got a back catalog to go through. Still got a back catalog to go through. So, but yeah, let me know if you guys see your thoughts here on Expedition 33. Are you guys looking forward to us playing Expedition 33 at some point? Have you played it yourself? Let me know in the comments, by the way. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and check out the comments real quick before we move on to the next point. I think it's because the rumors of Sandfall being racist. I don't. If here's the thing, Bandito. Here's the thing, and if that's the case, then that is just pathetic. That's just like pathetic in the same way last year we saw that, you know, people were up in arms over game science because, one, they rejected Sweet Baby Inc.'s offerings, and it caused Rebecca Valentine, a disgraced journalist, Rebecca Valentine, to write that disgusting hit piece on Black Myth Wukong, to where everybody took that lie, blatant lie, and ran with it, and yet it still got nominated for Action Game of the Year. And then you had that moment where Alana Pierce was basically, you know, pathological liar. Alana Pierce was basically lying about how game science devs were crying that Black Myth Wukong didn't get the Game of the Year nominee, Action Game of the Year nominee at the Game Awards. It's just trying to push a narrative, and I think it was just like pushing the narrative. And if that's the same here, because those stupid ass allegations of Sandfall Interactive being racist, like, really, that's your reason for wanting to take this away for Game of the Year. Like, Bandito, really think about it. Is that really enough of an excuse? Like seriously, is that really enough of an excuse? I'm being honest with you. It's just stupid. It is beyond stupid, if that's the reason. Like, it is, man. It's already been rigged, so what should be? Yeah, and that's the whole thing with the Game Awards. That's the whole thing with all these award shows, that really it's been rigged. So nobody's really surprised by it. And the Game Awards are basically E3 lights these days. Announcements are pretty much the reason why I even give them. Yeah, same here. It's not just the announcements and just whatever kind of stupid shit they try to pull at the Game Awards that gets people talking about it at the water cooler afterwards. We're basically here to watch the trailers and laugh, basically. So. The TGAs are basically an end of the year E3 with an Oscar, with the Oscars thrown in. But because Jeff Keighley loves to turn this into a freaking spectacle, it's entertaining as hell. So, but I think the reception to Expedition 33 speaks for itself. People are looking forward to what's going to come next from Sandfall Interactive, because I know they were going to make a movie on Expedition 33 and all that good stuff. But yeah, to the team of Sandfall, you guys created an amazing RPG. So, and I'm hoping at some point I will definitely get the chance to play it when I have the time. So, shout out to Sandfall and Expedition 33. Congrats on your success. Okay, next one. Let's go back to the next one now. I'm gonna have to look into this now. And this is what deals with. Okay, so you guys want. So it's like a two-way tie here between the Gacha Dailies and Stellar Blade. We got a two-way tie between Gacha Dailies and Stellar Blade, and I'm kind of leaning towards Gacha Dailies because I gotta do my Nikkei and Snowbreak stuff, but I'll let you guys decide. Now, here's another thing that we're kind of not letting people. Well, Xbox is kind of like. Xbox. Listen. I don't know what they're doing. I do not know what they're doing. They bumped up Game Pass. They bumped up Game Pass Ultimate, which angered a lot of people. And I mean angered a lot of people, by the way. They bumped up Game Pass, which it angered a lot of people. Xbox is just like, it feels like the brand is on fire because they also tried to deny the rumors of them not wanting to get wanting out of the console race. And I don't know what it's got. Like in general, what else does it have? What else does it have? So it's just, and people are canceling their Game Pass subscription. They're canceling their game. People are definitely canceling their Game Pass subscriptions here, and I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. So what we're gonna do? So the story that so some of the news stories that I've been looking around is that Xbox Game Pass Ultimate the price increase will delay in some countries, but they're going forward with it with the US and UK, and it just kind of shows their greed about it, basically. So I'm gonna bring this one up from IGN. Let's see what we can come up with. Let's go back to the main setup here. Last week, Microsoft confirms Game Pass Ultimate price increase delay in some countries, but not the US or UK, which is territorial misgivings. Microsoft has delayed this controversial Game Pass Ultimate price increase in some countries, but not in the US or UK. Last week, Microsoft sparked a major backlash decision to raise the price of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate from $19.99 to $29.99 a month to $30 a month, a 50% price increase, basically. To justify the price hike, Microsoft upped the number of day one releases to 75 and adding Fortnite Crew and Ubisoft Classics, but no Call of Duty, by the way. Microsoft said that the new $30 a month price increase reflected the expanded catalog and new partner benefits upgraded the cloud gaming experience. But that didn't stop fans from reasserting whether Game Pass was right for them. IGN's poll on the issue, which has now over 41k voters, shows 53.9% of our audience will not subscribe to Game Pass at all. 1999 said they were going to go for Game Pass Ultimate for the price increase. The updated pricing came into effect on October 1st for new subscribers, and it was set to kick in on November 4th for all current subscribers, but now Microsoft confirmed it has delayed the ultimate price hike in some countries such as Ireland, South Korea. In an email to these countries, Microsoft said the price increases will only affect the new subscribers, not existing subscribers, as long as they auto-renew. If ultimate subscribers cancel, then resubscribe, then they'll be charged at a new rate. Microsoft subsequently confirmed the decision in a statement on The Verge. The company said that the delay was due to local requirements, which likely means that the company must give subscribers a set period of time before making price changes. Unfortunately for subscribers in the US and UK, this does not apply to them. Our recent Game Pass update remains unchanged, Microsoft said in the statement. Current subscribers will remain, in certain countries, will continue renewing their existing price for now, in line with local requirements, but will provide an advance notice before the price adjustments take into effect in other countries. The time for now, Microsoft's statement suggests the price hike will eventually hit all countries. Ultimate is available, but the case of when, and more than just if. This week, Microsoft confirmed that it's also scrapped the Game Pass discount on DLC purchases, giving subscribers more points to use a reward scheme instead. That change hasn't gone down well either. The cost of being an Xbox fan has been a hot topic in recent months. After the price jump for $80 for its games due out this holiday, Microsoft backtracked with a $70 price hike for the likes of Outer Worlds 2, which I think Outer Worlds 2 is just going to be think Outer Worlds 2 is gonna be a failure. I just think Outer Worlds 2 is gonna be a failure, just like Avowed was. Just last month, Microsoft raised price hike of consoles in the US due to changes in macro and economic environment. Microsoft similarly raised eyebrows when it confirmed a $1K price tag for the upcoming ROG Xbox Ally handheld and a $600 price tag for the ROG Xbox Ally. That's the end of the article from IGN. And this is something I found interesting because Pirate Nation posted this. So Xbox is blackmailing consumer not to cancel the current subscriptions. Recently, you may have heard about changes in Game Pass subscription at this time. These increases will only affect new purchases, will not affect your current subscription for the market which you reside. So as long as you are an auto-recurring plan, should you choose to cancel your plan and repurchase, you'll be charged at the new current rate. And for any reason may be changed to your existing accounts. We'll notify you at least 60 days in advance, and you will have the option to cancel your subscription or plan at any time. Thank you again for being an Xbox Game Pass subscriber. We continue to strive to deliver you high quality games, amazing games, all that stuff. So apparently, like I said, if you're planning to cancel and resubscribe, then the price increase will come into effect, basically. Thank you for calling. This is from RG Blazo, who posted this in reply. Thank you for being a subscriber to Game Pass Ultimate. We are planning to update our prices addressing changing market conditions. This price change allows us to continue to bring you more value and great games for the very best gaming experience. Starting November 4th, the 1-month subscription will be $29.99 plus applicable taxes in every reoccurrence period unless you cancel 2 days prior to your next scheduled payment date. You can manage your subscription and how you pay, but cancel your subscription by visiting Microsoft here. And there's more details on that. We're going to read some of the comments here. I just had Ultimate for a year for some cards I bought, but I don't use it. I'm really debating if it's even worth the stay on for $20 or save $3 to get a PC. I really don't get anything but cloud gaming. Yeah, just looked. Yeah, they're asshole. I have the same email. So it seems like everybody's getting the same email if they want to cancel their subscription. Yeah, it's definitely a sign that they do have a lot of. It does sound like they have a lot of cancellations though, and I think it's because different countries, of course, prices vary from country to country as well. Too late. Microsoft cancel Game Pass subscription. Play games like this consumes the wallet unacceptable. Just walk away from Game Pass. Missing the blackmail. It says don't cancel your sub but keep current pricing. Seems like the right thing to do. Honestly, expected them to be greedy and say how much you pay so far, but we will probe based on a new rate. You're giving us more money now. That explains my pricing go up on why my pricing go up on PC Game Pass. All current subs on auto renew were grandfathered into the older price. It would have helped a little if they mentioned this. My second pay is paid no premium not to. So if you're grandfathered in, then the price increase will not affect you. Essentially, is what Nazdarachi is saying here. So that's very interesting. It's not blackmail what's shown here. This is clickbaiting the news line, putting bare minimum acronym. Yep. There should be a class action lawsuit. I don't think it's the price increase is just. Why would they if the price will stay the same? Yeah, because people can grandfather in. Yeah, people can be grandfathered in to the price increase. Yeah, it's more like rewarding loyal customers. I think that's what it just comes down to. So it's I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just Xbox. I don't know what they're doing with Xbox because. There's a whole thing with when it comes to the next. There's a whole other thing when it comes to Xbox's next console, and they said that saying that there was whole rumors of Xbox dipping out of the console race, and they're issuing a statement that Xbox isn't going anywhere. The hardware isn't going anywhere. That they are going to be working on the next Xbox, but I think they really did stab themselves back in 2013 with the Xbox One launch, and just with and just with the whole thing with Game Pass and the price increase and such like that. I think they've been so much on the back foot. They've been so much on the back foot in this console, in this generation. By the way, they have been so much on the back foot with this that I don't know what to tell you, man. I really don't know what to tell you. So anyway, so that is it from Xbox. I'm gonna keep a close eye and see what's going on as the future unfolds for Microsoft. I think, for me personally, I do think that, you know, the console ecosystem can't be dominated by one. We need that competition. Like, I always feel that Xbox needs to be in the fight so that it can keep Sony level-headed, because even Sony, because that competition will push each other to do better. And I think that, yeah, Xbox is taking selling games at a loss, and Game Pass has been their, you know, ecosystem. And even I feel like Game Pass has become more and more of a detriment to the brand than an improvement, in my humble opinion. I guess I'm not in, and I think a lot of that just stems from me not wanting to be heavily involved in this subscription-based gaming platform, subscription-based service that we see with likes of like Disney Plus, Netflix, Hulu, you guys know, HBO Max and such like that. So basically, you have to keep up with the subscription if you want to keep up paying the price. And I say, for that point, just get a PC. At that point, just get a PC. Basically, they're just going to keep selling the consoles at a loss, but trying to get this Game Pass into their ecosystem. They're relying, depending on the ecosystem, most PCs are either on Windows or Mac, and if you know who has the most pull in gaming software now, yeah. And also keep this in mind, a lot of Xbox first-party exclusives are not exclusive anymore. They've moved on to PlayStation and PC, so it's not really exclusive, though. And, you know, the whole thing with day one on Game Pass, and also considering the 400 layoffs that we covered this summer, yeah. It's a lot, man. It is totally a lot, not gonna lie. Anyway, but that is Xbox. I will keep a close eye on this. I will definitely keep a close eye on this. You guys are kind of tied between Snowbreak, Nikke, and Stellar Blade. So what we'll do is I'll see if I can do a little smorgasbord. Depending on time, we only got about another hour or so left. So I'll do some dailies in Nikke, and then we'll hop on. We'll do some dailies in Nikke for 30 minutes, and then I'll hit on Snowbreak or Stellar Blade for about 30 minutes. So we'll just do a little shift up Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning, kind of get everything going for it. Anyway, I do need to do my 9,000. It was it 9,000? No, I think it was 4th. Oh my god. Listen. They had a lot of layoffs. Look, a lot of layoffs. Including, you know, Forza developers getting hit. Have I tried down the Star? No. That looks greedy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it had my interest at first, but the Eastern titles can be incredibly greedy with that, and it looks like it's pay to win. Now, if you're here to prove me wrong, Eli, let me know if it's pay to win. Otherwise, I'm staying out of that. From that, it looked interesting at first, and I was going to intend to play it live, but I was like, oh, it looks like it might be pay to win. Oh, looks like it might be screwed up. Okay, I'm heading out. But what we do have, but somehow, ladies and gentlemen, somehow, sorry, I mean, too much out right now. Somehow, when the world needed them most, they returned. What am I referring to? Well, after the massive hoopla, have you tried a Venery Slash? Have you heard of Venery Slash? I'll have to look into that. Well, after the absolute drama, let's put it this way, drama is putting it lightly. Also, congrats to Expedition 33, because we just got this news story. I'm gonna put this up on the. I'm just gonna put this up on the. Put this up on the main one here. Gematsu just pulled this up, so. So, this is from Gematsu. Expedition 33 sales top 5 million. They're working on a major update for Expedition 33. So, like I said, congrats, 5 million. It is going to be phased out at the Game Awards, or at the Golden Joystick, but it's still warranted, though. The success is still warranted. So, total sales for Expedition 33 by Kepler Interactive and Samfall Interactive have reached 5 million. A free major update is currently in development that will include several additions as well as a thank you to fans who supported the game. The free update will add a new playable environment, taking them to a new location when enemy counters surprise the scholar, challenging new boss battles, new costumes for each member, new text and user interfaces, localization, plus even more surprises fans can look forward to. The game sold over 500,000 units in just day one of its release, 1 million units within 1 million units within 3 days, 2 million units within 3 weeks, and 3.3 million 33 days after release. An additional 1.7 million units have been sold. This is a quote from Samfall Interactive. The response to our game has been nothing short of incredible. Samfall Interactive creator Guillaume Broche, I probably got that name wrong. Sorry about that. We spent years, said in a press release, we spent years working on our dream project, and to know it has resonated with fans around the world in such a powerful way is both wonderful and overwhelming. We are so grateful to our fans for the love and the world created, so sharing their own fan art, music covers, wearing their best Balget cosplays for conventions, and being incredibly supportive of our game. And we hope the update we are working on will act as a thank you to those fans for their support. Please be patient while our team is working hard to bring you something worth the wait. In addition to the sales milestone free update, Samfall Interactive has announced the game's soundtrack, composed by Lauren Testart, has over 333 track streams across digital music platforms such as Spotify, spending over 10 weeks at #1 on the Billboard classical and classical cover album charts within that time frame, and even #1 on the iTunes Top 100 albums chart in 9 different countries, including within France. Well deserved. Congratulations, guys. I definitely think it is Game of the Year material. I think it's warranted Game of the Year material as well. So, congratulations to Expedition 33. I may hold off till the update drops to finally play it, you know? We may wait. I'm just saying, I might hold off until the update drops to finally play it. So, but there is a getting back to on topic, just when the world needed them the most, they returned. And what am I referring to? Well, after massive backlash, after massive controversy and backlash, and well, not too hot of a play test. and the art theft allegations, Marathon is back. Yes, Marathon has returned. Bungie's newest shooter after Destiny 2, which Bungie will be absorbed into Sony at some point. Or Bungie's already getting to that absorption process and being out of an independent studio and into a Sony-backed property, basically. Well, it is starting to begin here. So this is the closed technical test set for October 22nd through the 28th for Marathon. I'm gonna blow this up full screen and I'm gonna zoom in so you guys can see it. So this is from Sarumato over at Gematsu. Bungie will host a closed technical test for Marathon from October 22nd at 10 a.m. PST to 1 p.m. ET on October 28th and 10 a.m. PST, 1 p.m. ET across PS5, Xbox Series S, and the PC. The developer announced applications via the official website now until October 16th at 4 p.m. PST, 7 p.m. Eastern. PC applications will also be available via Steam starting October 13th at 10 a.m. PST, 1 p.m. Eastern. Now, this will be, so that'll be in a couple of days. That'll be in about a week's time. So registrations will be opened up for the closed test. Quote, "This is an important checkpoint for us to test our improvements since alpha, including 3 maps, 5 runner shells, proc chat, retuned combat pacing, solo queue. Build work is a masterwork in progress and will only include a portion of what's the plan for Marathon's full release, focusing on the early player experience." So how long will the technical test run? The closed technical test will run from October 22nd at 10 a.m. PST to October 28th at 10 a.m. PST, 1 p.m. Eastern, obviously. Participation in previous tests does not guarantee participation in future tests. How I know will be invited, you will receive an official email from Bungie. Closed technical test invites waves will be sent through the test. If I play the alpha or NDA playtest, I'm automatically invited to a closed technical test. No, you'll need to apply again and be invited to the closed technical test to participate. Am I allowed on Steam to record or share my playtest experience? This is strictly under NDA. You will not be able to stream or share your playtest experience publicly. Recordings will only be shared in the NDA section of the Marathon official Discord. Your invite is specific only to you, the Bungie.net account you signed up with, and the Discord account you provided during the sign-up process. You will not be able to share it. You can join the NDA Discord with the name you provided and sign up for our NDA section. Discord channels can take up to 24 hours for you to get in. For those joining after the test has begun, we'll conduct role grants daily in the evening for the duration of the test. For Steam viewers, you need to take the survey and receive in-game to promote your Discord Bungie.net accounts. How do I report bugs and feedbacks? Obviously, where you need to propose feedbacks. This is under North America and Europe. PC, Xbox Series S PC, Intel Core i5-66 processor, NVIDIA GeForce 1050i, and about 8 gigs of RAM. So, closed technical test for Marathon. Let's be honest here. From what we've seen, and they have been under a lot of trauma. They have been under a lot of drama. Especially with the whole art theft controversy, which has definitely rustled up a lot of feathers, including me as well. Which you expect better from Bungie, but this just shows how so far they've fallen. With Bungie, and with Bungie here, I don't think it's gonna do well. I just don't think it's gonna going this live service space. I don't think it's gonna help. And for me personally, I dislike the more I look at the art style, the more I dislike it, the more I revert to Concord 2, basically. The more I look at it as like Concord 4 or 5.5, basically. They need to do a major, I feel that they need to do a major art style change, personally. I just think they need to do a major art style change. It's just, especially with all the stolen assets that they have as well. This ain't helping them. The classic. This is from Pirate Nation. Marathon will periodically keep its $40 standard pricing and $60 deluxe pricing. That includes Season 3 pass tokens, $30 in total. Each pass is worth $10 in purely cosmetics. Pre-orders will feature Destiny 2 and Marathon bonuses. Classic Marathon there is so innovative. This game could pay me to play it. Yeah, there was that whole that would actually pay its influencers to actually play it. Concord was getting so good they made a sequel already. Yeah, just remember, so the Bungie staff also helped with Concord, even so much so that Arc Raiders is making fun of them. Well, even Arc Raiders is kind of taking in on the joke a little bit, you know, which Arc Raiders is looking to be a much better looter shooter, multiplayer shooter than say Marathon, you know, Let's go into, in fact, I'm going to go back into that Gematsu article, and we're going to read the comments here. $70. Never perform unpaid QA work for a corporation. If the application doesn't work, you rate your pay for full work, then F them, let them do it themselves. Yeah, dilute Gavin data. Yeah, it's a closed play test. It's a closed play test. You can't, there's an NDA behind it, so you can't talk about it or anything like that. You can submit feedback to the Bungie Discord or the NDA Discord, all this stuff here. So it'll be interesting. I don't think are we going to see anything that's going to be like leaked from this closed test? Will anybody be interested in closed test? I just don't think I just don't think they can salvage this. I just don't think they can salvage this. The art style, there's too much clash with the art style. It does look abstract, artificial, nor futuristic. It looks like they're playing paintball in a dump located in the middle of a swamp with a sewer outlet nearby. This test strictly under NDA. They have hopefully with no stolen art this time. And core checkpoints, we test our improvements since alpha, including three maps, 5 rudder shells, prox chat, retuned combat. Oh, that's right. They didn't want to have proxy chat because, you know, they couldn't find a developer. They haven't seen anybody do proxy chat better. But when proxy chat is actually integral for a game like this, especially when you're trying to compete with the likes of Escape from Tarkov. Whew, I'm going off on a tangent there. 5 rudder shells, prox chat, retuned combat pacing, solo queue, deeper environmental storytelling, and more. Does that and more include this new brand visual identity that isn't stolen? Yeah. Do you think when it gets to form awareness out, why close the test? Well, yeah, it's a closed beta test. Q plays forward, this is a games as a service. Yeah, good luck. It's pathetic they could just accept there's not much interest. There's just not much interest. Watch it break record numbers because everyone wants to see how bad it is, but I don't even think that might not work though. I just don't think there's. There are people definitely interested. It's just, can it really be salvaged? I think that's what it comes down to. Is can Marathon be salvaged? I'm gonna ask you guys in the comments, do you guys feel that Marathon can be salvaged? Do you think that with what they have going for them, or do you feel that maybe they need to do a complete, like, overhaul? Like, rework the art style, rework everything, you know? Like I'm asking the chat, how do you feel? How do you guys feel? Do you guys think that Marathon can be salvaged at this point? The interesting thing to look into. I want to see Sony Server, especially when they're being absorbed. No, Emerald says no, I don't think so. Here's the thing, it's already bad enough that we're getting free-to-play live service games, but to put a price tag on live service, they can go F themselves. I just want to see Sony suffer. Some news right offhand. Yep, Whiskey's what you called it. Buster called it. Please don't let it be canceled. What is he referring to? What are they referring to? Oh. Listen, and called it, yes. Emerald says called it, yes. Where did you see me at? Okay. I think he's referred to Expedition 33. Blue Protocol comes out tomorrow. Oh, okay. Blue Protocol comes out tomorrow. Yes, Blue Protocol comes out tomorrow. Yeah, no, I think so. So yeah, I think do you guys feel?
God is a victory.
Do you guys feel that Not unless they bring back the original Marathon devs, which will never happen, unless they're good looking as the first Descendant. Oh man, that was crazy, bro. That was fucking crazy. Just that whole art theft controversy, man. Like just that whole entire art theft controversy is just that was crazy, man. That was freaking crazy. That's all I'm gonna say. Holy crap, man, that was insane. My opinion still stands. I think they need to do a major art style change. I think they do need to do a major art style change to something maybe a bit more appealing. Maybe something a bit more, you know, that would catch people's attention. But you have a live service title here, and it's like...
Is this volume okay?
And Bungie is just a shell of its former self. I think just to sum that up, Bungie is just simply a shell of its former self. You know, what another flop? I could. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you, bro. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. Yeah. So, anyway, that was kind of the three major stories I want to go over. Now we're gonna hit to some smaller stories here. Now. I guess you could say one game that I am keeping an eye out because it would provide some much needed competition to Snowbreak, as Snowbreak is the only third person gacha, or is the only gacha third person shooter, is Duet Night Abyss. Duet Night Abyss is going to be coming out pretty soon.
Commander.
And in an interview, listen, let me go through this here. And in a what was the word for? In a interview with Automaton West, Duet Night Abyss developers have stated that the game will not have a gacha monetization system. The game will not have a gacha monetization system. So that's definitely something more positive to look forward to. This is coming from Automaton West. Getting rid of gacha is beneficial for developers too. Duet Night Abyss, a producer, says that keeping players satisfied is key for stable monetization. And a new Decabear, producer of Duet Night Abyss, told us more about the studio's decision to ditch the gacha monetization. Chinese developers have recently been making headlines with the free-to-play anime-inspired games like Duel Night Abyss, and of course, the big one, Ananta. Of course, Ananta, the big one. Deciding to ditch the gacha monetization model during the Tokyo Game Show 2025. In fact, what I'm going to do for you guys, I know I'm supposed to have some Nikkei up on the screen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play the full. I'm going to play a trailer for Duet Night Abyss, so that way you guys can see what the game is like and such like that. So I'm just going to put up a trailer. So, but yes, they have removed the gacha mechanics for Duet Night Abyss, which is basically. The game is basically a third-person shooter. It's a third-person shooter, and I think in the same vein like Warframe. And it's basically, some people have compared it a lot to Warframe and such like that. So, while many gamers sound quite excited about the Automaton got together with Duet Night Abyss producer Decabear to ask him about his bold move development studio Hero game made only a few months before the game's official release. While many gamers sound quite excited about the change, some were worried about how the new monetization model would have impacted developers and whether it would hold up in the long run. But Decabear says that while those concerns are valid, the team is making efforts to create a monetization model that benefits the players and the devs. Of course, we have the same concerns. But that is what we're working hard to, bringing both our content and our services to a satisfactory level, Decabear explained. That the developers will continue adding more content to Duet Night Abyss so that the game keeps feeling fresh and engaged for players. But while valuing quantity and variety, we'll be focusing on keeping their services at a high quality. Quote,
to explain why we don't need a gacha system. By providing players with paid content like skins and character outfits, we already established a solid monetization model, Decabear emphasized. Rather than forcing people into forking out money for a character and weapon banners, Hero Games' goal is to expand the player base by simply making a game that's easily accessible and worth playing. By making it so that players don't have to spend too much time and money on the game, there will be too much time or money on the game, there will be newcomers willing to try it out. If possible, we'd like to provide more quality content for our players at a cheaper price. As Decabear suggests, successful monetization is directly linked with player satisfaction, and maintaining its loop could benefit both players and developers in the long run. Furthermore, express that, listening to the players' feedback, the studio will be looking further to improve the monetization model once the game is actually out. Duet Night Abyss will be launched on October 28th, later this month, for PC, iOS, and Android, and you can pre-register right now. So from what I'm seeing right now, I'm liking it. I think that's pretty cool. I think that's a plus. I think that is a major plus for the developers of Hero Game with Duet Night Abyss. Like I said, I watched some gameplay about this, and I was like, yeah, this is basically a gacha. I thought this was going to be a gacha third-person shooter, but it turns out it's not going to be. It is going to be, you know, it's going to be a third-person shooter, a third-person action title, in the kind of the same vein with like Snowbreak and Warframe, because there seems to be a looter aspect to it. But seeing this has definitely piqued my interest a bit more, and now I'm willing to give it a try, especially with how everything's looking so far. Everything's looking very, very, very interesting. I'm getting kind of different vibes out of the way. We'll probably Eli's already up for it. Some dungeon runs. Do it Night Abyss. That's pretty cool. I legitimately mean that. I think this is pretty cool that they're going this route of paid cosmetics, paid content, paid DLC and such like that, versus paid skins and such like that, versus trying to go the gacha route that you see with a lot of other Chinese games as well. Even Ananta was given a lot of praise for ditching the gacha mechanics, and not really ditching the gacha mechanics, but having the gacha focus on solely the costumes and such like that. So this is for Sustained, basically. Yeah, it's I think from what I remember, it's supposed to be a looter shooter. It's basically so it's looking good. It's definitely piquing my interest with this one. So I will definitely keep an eye out on Duet Night Abyss, as I think that, you know, we do need another. I think that's a very unique. That's a very unique kind of space, though. Is that you see a lot of gacha, you know, action games, gacha action RPGs, like your Zenlesses, your Genshin Impacts, your Honkai Star Rails. You see kind of more unique gacha games like Nikkei and stuff like that. You see more stuff like Love and Deep Space, a lot of RPGs, a lot of turn-based gacha RPGs and such like that. But I think that's a very rare case to see a gacha third-person shooter, though. And the only one to really kind of do it was Snowbreak, really. The only way to really kind of do it was Snowbreak. So I just saw Duel Night Abyss as really good competition for Snowbreak. Now, I want to bring this up. So now that they're kind of ditching that gacha mechanics for more paid mechanics, I think that's going to help them out further into the long run. Especially if it really does, especially if it really comes out of the ground running. Keep in mind, you got some heavy competition with, you know, Hoyoverse coming out with their own, what was it, like Stardew Valley, like Animal Crossing. Of course, I'm looking forward to Ananta. I'm looking forward to Silver Palace. Ananta, Silver Palace. What else? Ananta, Silver Palace, Azure Permilia. I think 2026 is going to be a very, very big year for gachas. And even non-gacha like titles too. I think 2026 will definitely be a year to remember for gacha and non-gachas like titles too. Now, this is something I want to bring this up, and I completely forgot about this. And Keely Chow, good to see you. Good morning to you, and happy birthday, by the way. Happy birthday from all of us here at Marketing Draws. Good to see you. Happy birthday, Keely. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful birthday today. Now, before we move on to the next to last topic, I want to bring up this one thing. What was it? So there is a is it Project Net? Yeah, that's okay. Project Net is they got the is it called Fire Visual? Okay, I found it. Okay, so I want you guys to take a look at this. So, they've announced, you guys know Girls Frontline. Girls Frontline's been in kind of the headlines lately, especially with, especially with the drama surrounding their costume gacha. But what many people do not know is that Girls Frontline is putting out, in addition to Girls Frontline 2, they're going to be making a Girls Frontline roguelike third-person shooter. It's a roguelike inspired third-person shooter called Fire Control. I saw Kyle did a video about this. I saw Kyle show this on one of his recent streams, and I thought that from what I was looking at, that this was going to be, another case of just, kind of be in that same vein as like Snowbreak, or I completely forgot. There's another game I'm looking forward to, and that is what was it? What was the gacha Fortnite? What's it called? Not Street Nova. That's another third-person shooter. What's it called? I completely forgot what the game was. Because I bring up Snowbreak, but there's another third-person shooter. What's it called? It was like Fortnite with what's the name? Fate Trigger. That's what I'm looking forward to. Fate Trigger. Thank you, Ryuga. Why can I not think about it? Fate Trigger. That's one I'm looking forward to. I'm so sorry. No, I just think that, because of, Snowbreak and the First Descendant, that, I got into more third-person action games, especially more third-person shooters, and I'm going to show you a gameplay of Fire Control. This is another Girls Frontline Fire Control. It is a gacha third-person shooter in the same vein as Snowbreak, in the same vein as, Fate Trigger. This is going to be more of a tactical roguelike third-person shooter, for those who probably wasn't into the tactical turn-based of Girls Frontline 2, which I actually really like, which at some point, I really do want to get back in a Girls Frontline 2, though, but, here, it I don't know. I'm kind of mixed on this. Because my question is, will the gunplay be good, though? Will the gunplay be good? Will the gunplay be good? Will the gunplay be good? It looks like it's going into the kind of the more third-person hero shooter, too. Will there be a good single-player component to this? It's still in development. That's kind of my biggest thing, is like, I would like for... I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't try this, because I totally would. It's just, I don't know. Is this something I would want to dive into, though? Compared to, compared to the likes, because I'm already kind of like set with Snowbreak. I'm set with, I'm looking forward to Fate Trigger. I'm even looking forward to Duet Night Abyss now. They removed the gotcha mechanic. I'm willing to see willing to see all of that. I think in my humble opinion, it's clearly still they're still working on it. It's clear they're still working on it. Maybe I've just dipped out of multiplayer focused titles. Maybe I just dipped out of that so much. But I'm not saying it doesn't look bad. I'm not saying it doesn't look bad at all. It's just, it's not, I guess it's not hitting me. It's not hitting me as, it's just not hitting me strong enough. I feel like there definitely needs, I think it's in that case, I need to see more. I need to see more what, I need to see more with, fire control. And this is going to be an iOS. And if it's just iOS only and there's no like PC release, then then I'm definitely backing out on this one. if it's just iOS only, if it's just Android and iOS only and there's no PC release, yeah, then it's gonna have a PC release. I'm gonna be backing out if that's the case. Temu Deadlock. Oh yeah, Deadlock's a really good. That's a really good really good for third-person shooter. So, yeah, man. I think we need to I think we need to usher in like a new age of like waifu third-person shooters. I'm just saying. The more the merrier. The more the merrier. So, but yeah, Duet Night Abyss. Definitely on my one to watch list. Definitely one I'm going to keep an eye out. Like I said, Fate Trigger, I'm already looking forward to. We'll see. We'll see with Girls Frontline Fire Control. We'll see with Fire Control. We'll see if that kind of hits that itch. Because, I gotta admit, say what you will about Snowbreak, say what you will about the First Descendant. It got me into third-person shooters now. I'm into third-person shooters now. Because of both of those games. Because my time with both of those games, I'm into third-person shooters now, so... Alright, let's go into the comments, and we got one more article. I'm going to go through, and then we will call it. We'll call it a day here. So, okay, let me get the first thing about this. So anyway, we got one more article we're going to go into, and then and then we'll wrap it up here, and then we'll just play the rest. We'll just do our dailies in Snowbreak and do our dailies in Nikkei and shit like that. So, okay. First comments here. The First Descendant is basically dead.
Cover me.
I won't say that much because there's an article from the First Descendant that I actually gonna cover maybe on Saturday. And there was also an article I noticed on Automaton West and saying that the developers of the First Descendant, that they are going to be more focused on gameplay improvements. Or core game mechanic improvements, rather than just piling on more and more like side content and mini games. That does make me wonder, because the biggest weakness, the biggest downside with the First Descendant is that there's just not enough content to keep you occupied. After you grinded out everything, there's just simply not enough content to keep you invested. And I think it really does need to get there, and I think that the devs, especially
I'm glad you're safe.
minis, they need to get their priorities in check. I think that's what it comes down to. They need to get their priorities in check, in my opinion. They definitely need to get their priorities in check. With Snowbreak, like I've said multiple times, I'm enjoying Snowbreak, and I'm happy to see that it's continuously improving with each update. But I'm hoping that they really do, in future updates, I'm hoping that they really do focus on stronger gunplay, stronger, maybe more faster-paced gunplay. I guess because I'm more used to more fast-paced gunplay, so. Honestly, I could picture something like a Snowbreak with that kind of punch, and feedback that I got when I played Bright Memory Infinite a couple weeks ago. Something with that kind of punch to it, you know, with that kind of impact to it, because I really enjoy Bright Memory Infinite, and we're probably gonna play the original Bright Memory on Saturday. We're probably gonna do a game jam on Saturday and play the original Bright Memory and stuff like that. So. Let me do all this, yeah. So in terms of that, I'm so far I'm impressed. So far I'm definitely impressed with Do It, Night of Best, Fate Trigger. I'm definitely gonna be all over that. Girls Frontline, the new Girls Frontline third-person shooter, which I just completely forgot the title of. I'll definitely cover that. I think these are games I'll definitely cover on Peak Gaming at some point once they're launched and such like that. But just understand, I have a major back catalog. Understand, our back catalog is continuously building up, and I know it's not just me. You guys have a back catalog too that's all continuously building up, so you don't have time for all these. You just don't have time for all these, you know, gacha games, all these. They're fighting for your time. They're fighting for your time more than they're fighting for your money, you know. So, but doesn't mean I won't try them out. It's just understand that I do have a rule of 3 gacha games at a time. I play 3 gacha games at a time, and I'm willing to rotate any. And like I said before, I'm willing to rotate any one of them. I'm willing to rotate Nikke, Snowbreak, or Zenless Zone Zero out for Ananta. I'm more than happy willing to do that. So. Like I said, I'm more than happy to willing to be doing that. Power is saying hello to Eli, and those Steam sales are just too tempting. They are, bro. I got the entire Need for Speed collection on Steam. I got the entire Need for Speed collection now. Yes, those Steam sales, bro. They are that tempting, man. So like my Steam library is just getting bigger and bigger now because I'm like, bro, I can't with all this, man. This is too much. This is too much. And even the gacha games, man. Even the gacha games, like, you think it would start dwindling, but I was like, there's some gacha games that I'm keeping an eye out. There's definitely plenty of gacha games I'm keeping an eye out. But, you know, like I said, my current rotation is only Snowbreak, Nikke, and Zenless. That doesn't mean I won't be willing to switch them out at some point, because I think I will be switching one out for Ananta, and I may switch one out for what's the game? For Azure Premilia, if I find that to be interesting, you know. But yeah, DeMonster, you ain't wrong. Them Steam sales are tempting as all get out, man. Steam sales, bro. Plus major points. Plus, like I always said, major points if you have major points if a gacha has a PC release and there's a strong modding community. Like, I was surprised that there was a modding community for Zenless. Surprised there's a big modding community for Zenless. I was genuinely surprised by that, and how you're able to easily it is to mod the game without, you know, getting banned or anything like that. So that's crazy. It's crazy, to say the least. But I do think that when it comes to just like gacha games, I think that they need to have a simultaneous PC release. I think they need to have a simultaneous PC release. I think with Girls Frontline Fire Control, that needs to have a simultaneous PC release. It needs to. It shouldn't be just like release it on mobile devices and then just release it on PC later. No, have a simultaneous release on PC. In my humble opinion.
Come on, bring it.
In my humble opinion, I think they need to have a simultaneous PC release. So we got one more article to go over. Oh wow. Okay. So no, this is a fun mini game. It's a fun mini game. So with Steam and GOG release, yeah, exactly. So there is a there's actually a update. So actually there is one more story. There's one more article I want to go over real quick, and this is a small one. This is a pretty small one. So Silent Hill F. Oh boy. Silent Hill F. Okay. I have seen many, and I repeat, I have seen a lot of video reviews. I have seen a lot of video essays on Silent Hill F. A lot of people are having a very mixed response to that game. Very mixed response. The game seems to turn too much into a Devil May Cry. Especially when you have the girl kind of cutting her arm off that way. It doesn't feel too much like a true horror Silent Hill game. Watching Synthetic Man and Latina Parfait's review, and by the way, there's another video review I'm going to be watching later. People breaking down Silent Hill F, and they all feel that people are not into the overt. People are also bringing up kind of how the overt feminist undertones that is going on with Silent Hill F as well, especially with that whole, especially when they're tying it to Japan's declining birth rates. That's what I'm hearing. That's just what I'm hearing. But it's not. It seems to be doing well. So many people are playing Silent Hill F. Yeah, SHF. Yeah. It's very interesting though. I'm just saying it's very interesting from a lot of the reviews that I've been seeing. So it's mixed. That's I guess what I'm saying. It's very mixed on that aspect. Well, apparently, our favorite modding site, and the modding site that I do use, banned another one. We got another mod banned on Nexus Mods, and this one isn't like spicy or anything, it's just a swap. I'm gonna bring this up from, this is coming from Pirate Nation on Twitter. Bring this up, Pirate Nation on Twitter here. Also, Pirate Nation who retweeted from Ayaka Mods, actually. This is from Ayaka Mods, actually. And Pirate Nation retweeted it. Let me go ahead and go into full screen. Let me go into full screen here. Just now, this is from Ayaka Mods. Lollipop Chainsaw Hinako outfit has been removed by Nexus Mods for the following reason. Unsuitable content related to a child character. Her example screenshot from Nexus Mods. Here example is screenshot from Nexus Mods, showing that the mod has been removed. This is gonna be I don't know how I feel about this, to be honest with you. This is just more buffoonery from Nexus Mods, and yes, I say this because I do use Nexus Mods. We still use it. I still use it. The mod has recently been removed and it's now safe on Ayaka mods. So Ayaka mods coming in clutch once again.
Stars.
Ayaka mods coming in clutch once again. showing that they are the place to be for any mods to get banned off Nexus mods. But essentially, it just replaces the main character with giving her an outfit similar to... giving her basically Juliet Starling's outfit from Lollipop Chainsaw. Now, apparently the mod was banned because... Jay Viper's asking, we really don't know. It's Puritanism. People are saying it's Puritanism. The people really... people literally dress their children up at 12 years old worse than this, but a mod for making an 18-year-old character and it's wrong. So they perceive, and it's just like what they saw with that one 2B mod that was banned off of Nexus mods for the one character in Expedition 33. They perceive the main character as a minor, despite the fact that the character isn't a minor, though. And I think it just comes to that what they look like it looks like a child. Because apparently, you know, adult Asian women can still look like children, apparently. What child character? The character in Silent Hill F is 14 years old. She's actually in her 20s. The character is in her 20s, but in a dream, but she's dreaming, but she's in a dream state where she's supposed to be 14, where she is 14. The character's 20. So we have the, so I think, is it the mod, is it the Nexus mod of consent? Is it the Nexus mod of consent? Here, just remind you that, Nexus mods, they deleted. Just remember, you need to have a valid UK. You need to have a valid ID if you're in the UK to view adult content on Nexus mods because of the Online Safety Act. Just saying. There's that. Just saying. You need to have a valid ID to view adult content on Nexus mods. Just remember that. Just remember that. I just want people to remember that. And there's Skyrim mods where you can actually kill children. Just saying. There's Skyrim mods where you can actually kill children. So I'm not sure what's up with Nexus mods, honestly. And I say this because I use Nexus mods. Cyberpunk, Stellar Blade. A lot of people still use Nexus mods. It's still the top dog in town in terms of modding support. In terms of modding sites. It's still the top dog in town. And apparently they're under new management too, as well. It's just, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, guys. I still use it. We all use it. It's just, understand that it's under competition now. The competition is starting to ramp up. Okay, understand that. Yeah, it ain't the only game in town. And Ayaka Mods is gonna swoop in and be that place for removed mods on Nexus mods. For any. So like, I don't get it. Like, the character is meant to be 20. It's just because it's perceived child, apparently? Is because it's told in flashbacks some stupid shit? I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, but this whole thing with morality and shit like that, just with Nexus mods, like, guys. Come on now. Like, come on now. You banned one mod because you're okay with this one thing, but you're not okay with this other thing. I was playing Stellar Blade the other day with Eve and Julia's cheerleader outfit. Like, Nexus mods, listen. This whole thing with this whole perceived shit, you guys, like, to quote Emerald saying, you guys think about children way too much. And I think that's more of a you problem, you know? Like, when the first thing that comes to your mind is it looks like a child, then that's a you problem, okay? That's not an us problem. That's a you problem. And I think you need to be investigated if that's the case. By the way, Arc Raiders is taking some W's there, but I'm just saying, okay? Like, get the fudge out of here. My God, Nexus. My goodness, Nexus. Skip the extra steps here. That's the game sees more bots on a yak. Are you kidding? Dude, it does. I agree. It's just, you're not gonna beat that. You're just not gonna beat that level. You're just not gonna beat that level on Nexus, man. You're just not. You're just not, man. People have been tuned into using Nexus mods for years. You know, it's been the place to be. It's just so weird when it comes to stupid ass mods like this. But you know, here's the good thing about Ayaka mods. Here's the thing good about Ayaka mods. They still work. They work in conjunction with Nexus. For example, I have Vortex Mod Manager for Stellar Blade Cyberpunk, and I have a couple of mods from Ayaka mods. They still work under Vortex. So it doesn't matter what mods you put in there, it'll still work under their mod manager. It's just stupid, man. It's just absolutely stupid. It's like, guys, I feel like at some point we need to have a discussion that you can't depict art styles, or that you have a problem with Asians looking too younger than they need to be. Like, I don't get it. Okay, I just don't get it. Like, here's some photos here. Like, I mean, look, it looks good. Long Pop Chainsaw looks a lot different. No fun allowed. Yeah, that's what it comes down to. No, you can't have too much fun here, okay? You can't have too much fun. We're Neil Druckmann. What is this fun? What is this fun you're talking about? There's no such thing as fun here. But in all seriousness, guys. All seriousness, guys. The character looks 20. The character is supposed to be 20 years old. Like, they're not... really? Really? If the first thought in your mind is, this character looks like a child, and you perceive it as a minor, when you have bots that can kill kids in Skyrim, like, what are we doing, guys? Come on! Whew. Mod managers are just that, a way to install mods. That's it. And they better not be going that route either. I'm like, yeah, that's what it's. Mod man, you're a mod manager, you just do that. You're just meant to install mods, you're meant to manage mods, that's it. And keep it that way, okay? Because we don't want, last thing we want is Nexus to start gatekeeping what is allowed on Vortex Mod Manager and shit like that. I'm like, oh no, get out of here with that, dude. All right, let me do a quick roll real quick. Just do a roll here. All right. Okay, so we got a quick roll here, and that should be enough for us to. And I think this should be enough to get the pass here. Yeah, so I'm kind of speed running through the Resident Evil event a bit, and I know we got Nikke's 3rd year anniversary coming up too. So, but no, I'm just kind of speed running through the events here so I can get the daily stuff out, because I already have Jill and I already have the pass for it. So we're getting close. Yeah, so 2 more levels, and I can get 2 more levels, and I can get Jill's Jill's battle suit. So yes, yes, I am participating in the gacha pass for Jill, because I got Jill already. So of course, you know, I got that. And of course, also if you do if you did pull for Jill, you get her classic Resident Evil 3 outfit in game 2. So yeah, so you get the classic RE3 outfit, which looks really good, by the way. RE3 outfit, and you can just get that. You get that by just playing through the story. So it's only if you got Jill. So you get her R3 remake, and then props to Shift Up for bringing in the classic, the RE5 bodysuit, which looks pretty good, I gotta say. The RE5 bodysuit looks pretty good. So yes, thank you, Shift Up for that. Okay, so we are good on that front. Where are we on time here? We have something like shit. Are you in a good union in Nikkei? Because mine is very active. My union is that's a good question. That is a good question. Where's my union? So I'm in a typical unit. My union is small. I just joined whatever. My union rank is silver. I don't know if that means anything. So let me go back to the main screen. So I'll show you guys. So I'll show you, Ryuga. My union rank is silver. That's just whatever. I just joined in just whatever. So I'm not in a union. Emerald's not in a union, so you don't do the union raids. Yeah, I'm at the. I guess yeah. I just joined in whatever, you know. I got plenty. There's a lot more top players in this union than I am. I'll give you that. But yeah, just like everybody else. So yeah, my union. We're a silver union rank. So I don't know if that means anything. So anyway, I'm gonna hop. We're getting close to the very end of the news roundup. Like I said, guys, this is just more of a quick fire, just kind of like just combining like 5 or 6 news segments into one stream, because there really is not much to be honest. There really is not that much in terms of news, in terms of the news cycle. There just really isn't that much, in my opinion. Now that's probably going to change, but I'm just saying there's just not as much going on in terms of the news cycle for now. For now. So, like I said, originally I was going to talk about Ghost of Yotei, but looking further into Ghost of Yotei, especially with the sales numbers and such like that, I do feel that, no offense, I feel that we're grasping at straws here. I think the game's already went past 2 million total, so I just don't. So I think the game's going to do well. Now comparable to Ghost of Tsushima, there may be a discussion, but really, I just think we're grasping at straws at this point. I just think we're grasping at straws here. So that's why I just like I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I'm just like, yeah, you know what? It's not worth bringing it up. And plus, I've already set my piece. I've set my piece on Ghost of Yotei, so I'm just not interested. I just have zero interest. Thanks to thanks to Erika Ishii and thanks to the comments made by the developer. So, and it doesn't feel right that I probably feel like I should play Ghost of Tsushima first before I play Yotei. That's just my opinion. Oh my god! So I'm just gonna knock my dailies out and snow break real quick before we jump into wrap it up for today.
I think we do need more waifu third-person shooters. I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. But we have to decide. Okay, so I'm thinking on Saturday. So Saturday night, I think we're gonna do a game jam.
I think we're gonna do a game jam. I think we're gonna do a mixture of we'll do a mixture of a couple of games. Instead of doing another mod night, since you guys voted on that again. No, but I think we're gonna do a full game jam on Saturday with because I do want to try out the original Bright Memory. I want to get into some more Tomb Raider, even though you guys are really not a fan of the modded Tomb Raider, for one reason or another. I'm gonna torture you guys anyway to get. I'm gonna torture you guys anyway. But there's that. So we might do a game jam this weekend. So yeah, we'll do a game jam this weekend. So that way we have get some adventure games. So now I'm thinking of doing, because it is the spookiest month of the year. We're in spooky season. I'm thinking of playing some horror games. So I am considering playing some horror games maybe on the week of Halloween. Maybe we could do some horror games. If you guys, because I really am considering playing the Resident Evil remakes. I'm really considering playing the Resident Evil remakes, and if you guys got some, well, let's be honest. I'm looking through some of the other titles though. I'm looking through some other titles, and if there's some, maybe the Killing Antidote, maybe some Peak Horror, maybe some mod Res Evil, maybe Killing Antidote, maybe looking for some like sexy, spooky horror games, stuff like that. Maybe I could play Sense of Cyberpunk Ghost Story again. I think for the Saturday of Halloween, or the Saturday, which Saturday before Halloween, I think we do need to do just like a spooky special. Like we define, like we can do our, maybe 2 weeks before Halloween, we can just focus on playing some spooky games here and there. Let me know if that's something you're interested in, especially let me know, considering what we play on Peak Gaming a lot, let me know if there are any, like, let's be honest, if there's any sexy horror games you would like to see me play on the channel. That'd be fun. If not, we can definitely default to mod Resident Evil. Just something to be very interested to play at, Just something just thought it'd be very fun, Let me know if that's something you guys would like to see. Let me know! Let me know! Oh my god. Thank you guys so much. So yeah, this was more of a I will say, this is much more of a, with a mod you can make fun of in a sexy horror game, man. Okay. That's some fun though. Yeah, that's kind of the idea. We have a lot of fun here. So. Anyway, so that is about it for Peak Gaming. We're probably gonna wrap this up pretty early, just because, like I said, just a small news roundup. I know that everybody's talking about the whole thing with Hassan and having his dog putting an electric collar on his dog, a shock collar on his dog, and then we have the whole the whole congressional hearing with Twitch, Steam, and Reddit and such like that. We're going to cover all of that on Friday. I think that's going to be a very, very, very interesting thing to cover. Damn, man! I'm at work, so no sound, but eye candy. Some horror eye candy. We definitely need some horror eye candy. So anyways, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Thank y'all so much. Smack that like button, make it jiggle. Smack that subscribe button, make it jiggle. All that good stuff. Follow me on Newgrounds and Shop. Twitter links down below. We'll be back here on Friday for Mocking in the morning, and we'll do a game jam on Peak Gaming on Saturday. So we'll do a mixture of maybe some Bright Memory. We'll do some Tomb Raider. Well, I just want to mix it up because every time I give you guys, I let you guys vote, you guys keep voting on doing a mod night, and you guys keep voting on Stellar Blade and like Cyberpunk and shit like that. I'm like, okay, let's switch things up a little bit, okay?
Is that dust I see? Whatever.
Anyway,
That's
guys,
enough.
I'm out. I'm mocking now yours, German Illustrated. Thank you for tuning in to the Peak Gaming News Roundup. Let me know, sound off in the comments, guys. Love to hear from you guys. And I thank you guys for really kind of hitching your support with the Peak Gaming News Roundup that we do with the midweek news roundup. I think this is a good format to work with. So you guys have been really I've been really appreciative of you guys. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Thank y'all so much. All that good stuff. So yeah, we'll continue the Peak Gaming News Roundup. That'll be every Wednesday in replacement of Mocking in the Morning, where we just cover the gaming news topics for the week. And any news topics we'll cover next Wednesday. So next Wednesday we'll do the same thing. More news roundup, okay? So anyway, guys. And I'm going to probably cover that sexy article from The First Descendant before we really get into the gaming on Saturday. So, stay tuned for that. Anyway, until then, stay cute, stay sexy, have fun, take care, much love, never apologize for wanting attractive women in your media, especially in your video games. Say no to censorship. Speak with your mic. Be that voice. Be the change you want to see. All that good stuff. And above all else, never stop drawing. Have a great rest of your Wednesday, guys. We're halfway through the week. Of course, check out the community tab. I'll make some community posts up later. How do you know it's his dog? Power, it's his dog. Apparently he's been getting a lot of hoopla for basically having a shock collar, for Hassan putting a shock collar on his dog, which you see in the background of his videos, and apparently it's illegal to have that in a couple of countries. He's getting a lot of flack for it right now. He's getting a lot of flack for
A
it.
shoulder rub, or maybe some Ice magic. I'm already in this outfit. Might as well put me to work.
Okay, you know what? I need to put my work to work. So anyway, I'm out. Bye, y'all. Until next time, game over.
Cute, sexy, and fun. And that is definitely the best way to describe our channel members, too. We'd like to thank everyone in...
I got the wrong one. I got the wrong outro. My bad. Sorry. My bad. Anyway, I'm putting my maid to work. I'm out. Bye, y'all.
Your journey is at an end. But fear not. I hope that we get to see each other once again. Thank you for playing in our world, but we must return you back to your world. Thank you for tuning in to Mocking Draws Presents Peak Gaming, and until next time, game over. is produced by Mocking Draws Productions in association with Special Stage Entertainment and is distributed by CSF Nation Domestic Television Distribution.